Which zodiac signs are the kindest? They will go to paradise. There are souls in whom light is stronger than pain, and goodness is their true weapon. Even when the world falls into darkness, these people remain those who save, forgive, and love unconditionally. They do not seek profit or ask for rewards. Their kindness is as natural as breathing. They are the chosen ones whose hearts open the gates to paradise. Each sign has its shadow and its light, but only a few carry the heavenly fire of compassion, mercy, and purity. Their deeds are silent prayers, their souls are mirrors of divine love. And today you will find out which signs of the zodiac will pass through all earthly trials to enter the realm of eternal peace and light. Look closely. Perhaps you are among them. Because kindness is not weakness, it is strength that lifts you up even when the whole world falls. Subscribe so you don't miss new revelations, because what follows is the truth that changes the heart. The first sign is Leo. Leo rarely calls himself good out loud, but it is through his actions that people unmistakably feel warmth, protection, and genuine sincerity. The goodness of this sign is not ostentatious or saccharine. It is strong, responsible, and effective. Leo helps when others turn away. They support not with words, but with concrete actions. They take on other people's problems, protect the weak, and pull them out of crises without counting their own expenses. Their kindness does not come from a need to be praised, but from an inner feeling that it is the right thing to do. That is why they are often spoken of as a person of great soul, even if they themselves do not emphasize this. Leo cannot tolerate the humiliation of others. He reacts sharply to injustice, even if it is a risk to himself. In conflicts, he stands between the strong and the weak, between truth and profit, between honor and betrayal. His heart does not allow him to silently watch someone else's pain. Even where most choose neutrality, Leo chooses the side of those who need support. His generosity is manifested in his ability to share attention, time, resources, and opportunities. He can give his last not on impulse, but through a conscious choice. The peculiarity of Leo's kindness lies in his responsibility for people. He does not abandon those he has let into his life. If he has taken someone under his protection, he does not back down even under pressure. His word carries weight, and a promise is not a formality for him, but a commitment. Leo does not know how to serve those around him half-heartedly. He either does not get involved or gives himself completely. It is this ability to give his all that makes him one of the kindest signs, even if he appears stern and principled on the outside. His kindness has another important feature. He knows how to lift people up. Leo sees potential in people even when they don't believe in themselves. He supports their faith, motivates them, pushes them to grow, and does not allow them to break down. People around him often become stronger, more confident, and more resilient. He does not humiliate, pressure, or take advantage of weakness. On the contrary, he tries to turn weakness into strength. This is a rare form of kindness, not pitying, but lifting up. Leo does not do good deeds secretly, but he does not trade on them either. His actions are visible because they are large-scale, but there is no petty calculation of benefit behind them. He does not expect a quick return. Often his good deeds go unanswered, but that does not stop him. Inside, he has a clear conviction. He simply cannot live any other way. It is an internal moral code that works regardless of circumstances, status, or benefit. It is also important that Leo knows how to forgive. Not immediately, not easily, not without an internal struggle. But if he sees sincere repentance, he is able to let go of the offense. He does not hold on under revenge because he values inner purity more than the desire to prove himself right. His forgiveness is not a weakness, but a conscious decision not to allow evil to continue to rule his life. It is this ability to purify oneself internally that is a sign of true kindness. Leo knows how to love widely: friends, family, partners, even those who happen to be nearby in a difficult moment. He does not divide people into convenient and profitable. He divides them only into those who need support now and those who can cope on their own. And if he sees a need, he acts without hesitation. His heart is not cold or calculating. It is straightforward, open, and honest in its affection. It is because of this form of kindness that Leo is among those who are considered worthy of light, purification, and higher acceptance. His life choices are based not only on strength of character, but also on the power of compassion. He is not infallible, but at crucial moments, he chooses morality over profit again and again. And this choice is repeated throughout his entire journey. The second sign is Capricorn. Capricorn almost never openly demonstrates his kindness, but this is where its true value lies. His mercy is not loud, not ostentatious, not embellished with beautiful words. It is silent, restrained, and always practical. Capricorn helps not when people are watching him, but when it is really needed. They do not seek gratitude, do not wait for praise, and do not strive to look good in the eyes of others. Their kindness is an inner position, deeply embedded in their character as an unchanging rule of behavior. This sign never leaves a person alone with their troubles once they have taken them under their wing. Capricorns may be silent for a long time, seeming indifferent, stern, even aloof. But at the critical moment, they are there and do more than expected of them. They take responsibility quietly, without drama or emotional gestures. Their good deeds are not publicized, so few people know about them. But it is these deeds that most often save others from falling. Capricorns help systematically. They do not provide one-time support for the sake of it, but get involved in the situation until it is completely resolved. If someone close to him is weakening, he does not allow them to break down completely. He will find a job, advise a way out, organize support, and provide financial or personal assistance. He can carry someone else's burden for years and not call it sacrifice, because for him it is simply the norm of humanity. It is precisely this ability to bear the responsibility of others that makes his kindness strong and deep. Capricorn's inner ethics are extremely strict with himself. He demands more from himself than from others. His conscience does not allow him to shy away from helping if there is a chance to change something. Even when it is difficult for him, even when he is exhausted, he does not allow himself to ignore someone else's misfortune. His moral principles do not depend on mood, convenience, or circumstances. That is why his kindness is stable, predictable, and reliable. Capricorn rarely talks about compassion, but shows it every day through his actions. He is able to forgive without loud words, support without sentimentality, and protect without pathos. His concern often looks like strict control, demandingness, and directness, but behind it there is always a sincere desire to protect a person from mistakes. He does not pamper or indulge weaknesses, but helps to become stronger. This is a special form of kindness, not pity, but uplifting. Capricorn has a rare ability to remain loyal to people, even when they have forgotten about themselves. If he has accepted someone as his own, he does not write that person out of his life because of difficulties, failures, or downfalls. He does not turn away in difficult times. On the contrary, he becomes even more attentive and discreetly caring. His loyalty is without loud oaths or words, but with long-term actions. A distinctive feature of Capricorn's kindness is his honesty. He does not play roles, flatter, or adapt for personal gain. He can be harsh, but he never lies with malicious intent. His truth is sometimes painful, but it is always aimed at preventing people from living in illusions. Such honesty is also a manifestation of kindness because it protects against worse consequences in the future. Capricorn knows how to give more than he receives without counting the losses. His path is not easy, but he accepts it as part of his inner calling. They do not look for easy ways to be a good person. For them, being good is a daily discipline of character, not an emotional impulse. This is the special strength of their soul, the ability to be a light without the need for recognition. That is why Capricorn is one of those signs whose kindness has a deep meaning. His actions are not fleeting. They leave a mark on the lives of others for years to come. He does not gather crowds around him, but forms a circle of people around him who are held together not by fear or gain, but by trust. His path is one of quiet, steadfast, responsible kindness that does not burn out under the pressure of time. The third sign is Sagittarius. Sagittarius does not appear to be a quiet bearer of kindness because his kindness is active, mobile, sometimes sharp, but always sincere. He does not sympathize silently. He acts. His heart knows no half-tones. There is no indifference in it, only either involvement or honest detachment. When Sagittarius sees injustice, he has no doubts about whether to intervene. He intervenes immediately, even if it creates problems for him personally. His kindness is a choice to be on the side of truth, regardless of the consequences. Sagittarius does not tolerate evil in any form. He reacts sharply, sometimes emotionally, but always with a clear understanding of what he stands for. He does not seek compromise when it comes to humiliation, deception, or cruelty. His directness is often perceived as harshness, but in reality, it is a form of protection for others. They do not allow the weak to be trampled on. They do not remain silent when the majority is silent. They do not hide behind others. Such a position requires inner strength, and it is this that shapes them as one of the kindest signs in a profound sense. For Sagittarius, kindness is responsibility for words and deeds. They do not make promises lightly because they know the value of a promise. If he says he will help even when it is no longer convenient. He may change his plans, postpone his own affairs, sacrifice his personal comfort, but he will not abandon the person to whom he gave his word. His loyalty is not ostentatious. It does not need public confirmation. It manifests itself in actions in the difficult moments. Sagittarius has a rare ability to support not from below, but from an equal level. He does not humiliate with his help. He does not make a person weak in his eyes. His support is not pity. It is a push forward. He speaks directly, sometimes too much, but always with the aim of lifting up, not breaking down. People around him often begin to believe in their own strength because he does not allow them to remain stuck in the position of a victim. A separate facet of Sagittarius's kindness is his generosity. It is not only material, he is generous with his attention, time, knowledge, contacts, and opportunities. He easily shares what he has, without fear of being left with nothing. For him, it is normal to give more than he receives. He does not keep internal accounts or check the balance of benefits. His logic is simple. If you can help, help. If you can support, support. If you see an opportunity for someone else, open the door. Sagittarius does not hold grudges for long. His inner world is not suited to accumulating anger. He may explode, speak sharply, but he is just as quick to let go if he sees sincerity. His forgiveness is not related to weakness. It is related to the desire not to carry the burden of other people's mistakes. He values inner freedom more than the satisfaction of punishment. It is this ability to quickly cleanse the soul of the poison of resentment that makes his kindness alive and dynamic. Sagittarius rarely stays on the sidelines when someone needs an active position. He may not understand all the details, but if he sees human suffering, he reacts without hesitation. It is important for him not just to sympathize, but to actually change the situation. His actions can be sharp, bold, sometimes unpredictable, but at the core there is always a sincere desire to protect, rescue, and help. Sagittarius is especially devoted to his loved ones. He may be busy, focused on his goals, but he does not disappear when those around him are in trouble. He does not hide from other people's problems or pretend that he has not noticed their misfortune. His presence in difficult moments feels like a support, even if he does not say much. He acts faster than he speaks. It is because of this active, honest, principled form of kindness that Sagittarius is included in the list of signs whose souls are not accustomed to compromising their conscience. They may be wrong, impulsive, or harsh, but on key issues, they choose the side of light again and again. His path is that of a person who does not shy away from responsibility for good, even when it comes at the expense of his own comfort. The fourth sign is Scorpio. Scorpio seems harsh, closed, and cold only to those who do not know his true depth. His kindness does not lie on the surface. It is hidden deep beneath layers of principle, control, and inner discipline. But it is this hidden kindness that is one of the strongest among all the signs. Scorpio does not help out of emotional impulse. He helps out of conscious decision. His kindness is not impulsive, but deeply thought out and responsible. Once they have made the choice to support, they see it through to the end, not backing down even when it gets difficult. Scorpios cannot be indifferent to real pain. They may remain silent for a long time, observing and analyzing, but when they see real injustice or suffering, their internal defense mechanism kicks in without delay. He does not always show it openly, but his actions are precise and effective. He helps not with words, but with decisions, actions, and intervention in the very essence of the problem. His kindness is not superficial. It is directed at the root of the situation, not its external consequences. In helping, Scorpio does not seek the role of a savior. They do not need gratitude, public recognition, or applause. Often, only one person knows about their good deeds, the one they actually helped. They do not tell others about it, do not create the image of a benefactor. For them, it is not important how it will look, but that the person really gets out of the crisis. That is why his kindness often remains invisible to the masses, but is of great importance to those who have experienced it. Scorpio has a special form of loyalty. If he considers a person close to him, he will not betray them even in the most difficult moments. He can be strict, demanding, and harsh, but he will not abandon those he has accepted into his circle. His concern often looks like control, persistence, or harsh directness, but behind it is always a desire to protect from even more painful consequences. He does not allow people to destroy themselves without resistance. His kindness is not soft support, but strong protection. Scorpio knows how to take on other people's pain and not break under its weight. He is able to withstand emotional burdens that many would not be able to bear. People intuitively gravitate toward him with their darkest problems because they feel that he will not be afraid, will not turn away, will not devalue them. They are not afraid of human weakness, fears, or failures. They look at them directly and seek a solution. This is a rare form of kindness, not running away from other people's wounds, but entering into them without fear. Another important feature of Scorpio's kindness is his ability to forgive on a deep level. He can remember pain for a long time, analyze the situation, rethink it, but if he sees genuine awareness and change, he is able to let go. Not to forget, but to stop wishing harm. For him, this is an internal act of purification, not a gesture of weakness. He does not live by revenge as a way of life, although he is capable of a harsh response when he sees systemic evil. His kindness always has limits, and these limits protect him from self-destruction. Scorpio is very selective in giving himself. He does not scatter his attention on random people, but to those he has let into his life, he gives himself completely. His care can manifest itself in unusual ways, through silent presence, through a willingness to be there at a critical moment, through the ability to endure someone else's weakness without judgment. He is not afraid to be there when others have already disappeared. And it is this ability to stay when it becomes uncomfortable, difficult, and painful that is the main sign of his kindness. Scorpio does not do good for the sake of rules. He does it for the sake of inner truth. He is sensitive to falsehood, hypocrisy, and ostentatious morality. That is why his kindness is not theatrical, but genuine. He does not speak beautiful words, but his actions change destinies. They can quietly steer a person away from a fatal mistake, intervene at the very moment when it saves everything, and provide support when it seems that there is no longer any support. Their path is one of transformation, not only of themselves, but also of those around them. They are not afraid of change, complex processes, or painful stages. He knows that strength is often born out of pain, and he helps people walk this path without evil in their hearts. It is precisely because of this ability to lead through darkness without losing his inner light that Scorpio is one of the kindest signs in the deepest sense of the word. The fifth sign is Pisces. Pisces perceive kindness not as a separate virtue, but as the natural state of their soul. For them, helping others is not a feat or a conscious effort. It is as natural as breathing. They feel another person's pain even before that person has a chance to say it out loud. Their sensitivity is not superficial or emotionally theatrical. It is a deep ability to subtly read the inner state of another, even when everything looks calm on the outside. That is why Pisces often become a support for those who can no longer find understanding anywhere else. The kindness of Pisces has no rigid boundaries or clear rules. It is flexible, soft, but at the same time extremely strong. They do not help with condescension. They do not put themselves above those to whom they extend a helping hand. Their support is equal, warm, without humiliation or pressure. They do not force anyone to accept help, but create a feeling that with them, you can just be yourself, weak, confused, tired. It is in this ability to accept a person without masks that one of the purest forms of kindness lies. Pisces often sacrifice their own comfort for the sake of others, even when it is difficult for them. They can put aside their own needs, plans, and desires if they feel that someone close to them needs them more. And they do this not out of a sense of duty, but from an inner impulse of the heart. It hurts them to see someone suffering, and they feel this pain almost physically. That is why their help is always sincere and profound. Pisces are incapable of being callous. Even when they try to hide, isolate themselves, or become colder, their nature still breaks through. They empathize even with those who do not always deserve sympathy from a logical point of view. They see in each person not only their actions, but also the reasons for those actions, their pain, fears, and inner wounds. This is what makes them extremely compassionate, but also vulnerable at the same time. A special feature of Pisces' kindness is their ability to forgive unconditionally. They do not keep internal lists of grievances, do not keep score, and do not wait for an opportune moment to bring up the past. If they choose to forgive, they do so genuinely, without hidden malice. For them, holding a grudge is a heavier burden than letting go. They value inner peace more than feeling superior to those who have made mistakes. Pisces have the rare gift of supporting others not with words, but with their very presence. People often calm down around them, even if the situation remains difficult. They create a space where it becomes easier to breathe, easier to admit weakness, easier to be real. Their presence does not oppress, break, or impose decisions. It is like a soft light that does not blind, but allows you to see the way forward. In relationships, Pisces are devoted to the point of self-forgetfulness. They do not abandon loved ones in times of decline. They do not turn away when things get tough. On the contrary, it is then that they become even more involved, trying to hold on, support, and save from inner collapse. They are able to endure the weaknesses of others for a very long time, sometimes even longer than is safe for themselves. Their kindness has no timer. It is not limited to short-term patience. Pisces do not need loud thanks. It is enough for them to see that the person is feeling better. They do not expect any benefit, do not wait for a return, do not remind others of their actions. Often, they do not even consider what they have done to be anything special. They help and move on, carrying within themselves a quiet confidence that the world has become a little warmer. It is this selflessness that makes their kindness one of the purest. It is also important that Pisces are able to empathize not only with people, but with all living things. They are sensitive to the pain of animals, nature, and everything that cannot defend itself with words. It is difficult for them to witness any form of suffering, regardless of whether it is a loved one or a random passerby. They react with their hearts, not their minds, which is why their reactions are often more sincere than logical decisions. Pisces' kindness is not aggressive or ostentatious. It flows quietly but continuously. It does not try to prove its importance, does not compete with others, and does not need recognition. It simply is. And this ability to be gentle in a harsh world, compassionate where it is convenient to be indifferent, makes Pisces one of the most luminous signs of all. Their path is the path of the heart, which chooses mercy again and again, even when it comes at the cost of their own vulnerability.